Today I'm going to collect all the money from my laundromat and see how much it made in the past 10 days. These are my small machines. They can do 2 loads of laundry. I have 4 of them and I charge $4. Next we have my second smallest. They can do 3 loads of laundry. I have 10 of them and I charge $5. Owning a laundromat isn't as easy as everyone thinks it is, but it beats working a 9 to 5. These are my quad load machines. They can do 4 loads of laundry. I have 10 of them and I charge $6.50. In the beginning, the hardest part is learning how to fix all the machines, and if you have a wash and fold service, managing all the employees is pretty difficult as well. These are my second biggest machines. They can do 6 loads of laundry. I have 6 of them and I charge $7.50. I thought water was going to be my biggest bill, but it's actually not that bad. Gas is my biggest by far. Speaking of gas, next we have all my dryers. I have 3 different sizes: 3 load, 4.5 load, and 7.5 load. On average, laundromats make the least amount of money on the dryers because they're priced so low. As I was collecting the money from the dryers, I saw some gold coins in there, so I picked them up, and this is what I found. They're basically gold-plated quarters. If you guys know anything about these, please let me know. At first I thought they were fake, but after I looked at them for a little bit, they look pretty real. If you guys know anything about these, please let me know. I have a bunch of them. And then finally, here we have all the quarters from the washers and dryers for the past 10 days. Next, it's time to collect the cash. I already collected about $3,000 out of here a few days ago, so this is just a few days worth of cash. So that's the first acceptor. Next we have the second one. And it doesn't really have too much in it, as expected. Here's what it looks like after I took it out of the bill stacker. And then finally, here we have 10 days worth of cash in my laundromat. Let's count it up and see how much it comes out to. Keep in mind that I already collected about $3,000 worth of cash a few days ago, so we have to add that to the total. My laundromat also accepts debit and credit, so I'll be adding that to the total at the very end as well. Back in March, I got some brand new machines and it's been working out really great. Revenue is up about 25% and we're in our slow season. Self-serve in my laundromat is usually slower during the summer and busier during the winter, so I'm hoping for a wintertime bump. Here's how much the cash came out to. And then here we have the total revenue for the self-serve side of my laundromat for the past 10 days. If we break it down by machine type, my dryers brought in about $1,900 and my washers brought in about $4,150. That means my dryers account for about 30% of revenue, which is more than usual. As you can see here, the washers got used a little more than the dryers, but not by much. My 40-pound washers got used the most, followed by my 30s and then my 60s. Ever since getting my new machines, the 40-pounders have been the star of the show. As you can see here, they brought in the most revenue by far, followed by my 60s and then my 30s. I honestly wish I would have got less 30s and more 80s, but the deed is done. And then last but not least, we have the dryers. As usual, my 45-pounders made the most money, followed by my 30s, and my 75-pounders basically just made an appearance. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Hey guys, let's see how much money my laundromat made in the first 10 days of June. These big machines have to be emptied out every 5 days or so. People love them. I bought the laundromat a little over 2 years ago for $65,000, and then I spent another $30,000 renovating and fixing all the machines. I also added a pickup and delivery laundry service, which I'm proud to say is making about $20,000 per month in revenue. At first it was a coin-only laundromat, but then I added a way for people to use their debit and credit cards, and people love it. And then one of the biggest things I did by far was increase my Google reviews. When I bought it, we only had around 32 reviews, and now we're sitting at almost 800. My goal is to hit 1,000 by the end of the year. After I collect all the quarters, I weigh them. It comes out to $20 per pound. And then I go in for the cash, which is by far the best part of the job. Here's the first one, and then here's the second one. I don't directly count the cash towards my gross revenue because people just use it to get quarters, but I do count it and compare it to my quarters. Like I said earlier, my laundromat has 2 sides to it: wash and fold and self-serve. My wash and fold brings in a lot more money, but the margins aren't as good. So here's how much money my laundromat brought in the past 5 days and in the first 10 days of June. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Today I'm going to be collecting all the money from my laundromat to see how much money it made in the past 10 days. These are my smallest machines. They can do up to 20 pounds of laundry in one load and I charge $4. Aside from cash, my laundromat also accepts debit and credit. I'll be adding those numbers to the total at the very end. There's 2 sides to my laundromat: self-serve, where people do their own laundry, and wash and fold, where we do it for them. Here's how much I collected from the small machines: 3 buckets, which is pretty good. Next up are my second smallest washers. They can do up to 30 pounds of laundry in one load and I charge $5. The self-serve side of my laundromat makes a lot less money in revenue, but the margins are a lot higher, so I make a lot more money per dollar spent. This is mostly due to labor and supply costs for the wash and fold service. On average, self-serve is a lot busier during the winter and wash and fold is busier during the summer. So that was the last of my small machines. Here's one of my largest. They can do up to 60 pounds of laundry in one load and I charge $7.50. I only have 2 of these, so they're a hot commodity. I usually have to dump these every 4 or 5 days. These next 2 are my second largest. They can do up to 40 pounds of laundry in one load and I charge $6.50. I also only have 2 of these, so they're in high demand. I have to dump them every 4 or 5 days as well. I do my own maintenance on all the machines, which saves me a ton of money. I basically learned how to fix everything by watching YouTube, which probably saves me about $15,000 per year or more. If you're going to own a laundromat, I highly recommend you learn how to fix the machines yourself. Here's another one of my 60-pound washers. I love seeing the machine super full like this, but remember, this doesn't even include the credit and debit sales, which I'll be adding to the grand total at the very end. On average, debit and credit make up about 20 to 25% of total revenue for self-serve. Here we have all the quarters I collected from all the washers. I had to dump a few buckets inside this little knapsack to make room. And on to the dryers. The dryers make up about 25% of total self-serve revenue, but the margins are a lot less because I have to pay for gas. The dryers can dry up to 30 pounds of laundry in one load, and I charge 25 cents for 5 minutes. So here we have all the quarters that I collected from all the washers and dryers. I put all these quarters inside these small buckets because they're extremely heavy and it makes it a lot easier to move. Now let's take everything back to the office. To count the quarters, I weigh them. It comes out to $20 per pound. On this one, I had to do it in 2 batches because it was too heavy for the scale. After I'm done weighing it, it's time to collect the cash. I have 2 bill acceptors. Here's the first one, which looks amazing. And then here's the second one, which isn't bad either. Put them together and you have 10 days worth of cash in my laundromat. Let's count it up. My laundromat is located in California in a city called Visalia. We have pretty steep competition when it comes to laundromats in my city, so I knew I was going to have to do something to differentiate myself. The biggest thing I did by far was increase my Google reviews. We started off with about 30 and now have over 850 reviews with a 4.9 star rating. My goal is to reach 1,000 by the end of the year, which I'm pretty sure would make me the highest rated laundromat in California. So wish me luck. Here's how much money we brought in cash, and then here's how much money the self-serve side of my laundromat brought in the past 10 days. Let me know if you have any questions. I own this laundromat. Let's see how much money it made in the past 10 days. This here's my largest machine. It can do up to 60 pounds of laundry in one load, and I charge $7.50. I have 2 of these, and they're by far my biggest money makers. These next 2 are my second biggest. They can do up to 40 pounds of laundry in one load, and I charge $6.50. When people come in, they usually head straight for the larger machines because it's a bigger bang for your buck. I bought this laundromat about 3 years ago for $65,000, but it wasn't making any money. But now I'm proud to say that it makes $10,000 to $12,000 per month in profit. Here's my other 60-pounder. Super full. I love it. My laundromat also accepts debit and credit, so I'll be adding that to the total at the very end. After I've collected all the quarters, I weigh them. It comes out to $20 per pound. This collection was pretty big, so I had to do it in 2 batches. And then it's time for my absolute favorite part of the job, collecting the cash. I've got 2 bill acceptors. The first one looks fantastic. And then we have the second one, which looks even better. You can definitely tell that it's starting to get colder. Laundromats make a lot more money during the winter. So here's what 10 days of cash in my laundromat looks like. Let's count it up and see how much it comes out to. If you want to buy a laundromat but don't know where to start, hit the link on my page and join Hannah Ingram's free live training. She'll teach you how to buy your first laundromat or car wash without using any of your own money or credit by using the creative financing method. As most of you know, my laundromat has 2 sides to it. Self-serve, where people do their own laundry, and wash and fold, where we do it for them. Our wash and fold brings in a lot more money, but the margins are a lot lower because of labor. And then self-serve brings in a lot less money, but the margins are way higher. So here's how much the cash came out to, and then here's how much money my laundromat made in the past 10 days. Hey guys, I own this laundromat and we've been extremely busy lately, so let's see how much money it made in the past 10 days. First things first, we've got my smallest machines. These can do up to 20 pounds of laundry in one load, and I charge $4 for them. All of my machines also accept debit and credit, so I'll be adding that total at the very end. So here's how much my small machines came out to, a little over 3 buckets, which is actually pretty good. Next up, we have my second smallest. These machines can do up to 30 pounds of laundry in one load, and I charge $5. I've got 15 of the small machines and 14 of these. So they don't usually get filled up all the way, but there's a ton of them, so it comes out to a lot. People like these a lot because they can do 33% more laundry, and it only costs $1 more. Once I'm finished with those, it's time to collect for my 40-pound washers. These are my second largest, and people love them. I usually have to dump these every 4 to 5 days because they fill up so fast. I only have 2 of these machines, so they're always in high demand. For these, I charge $6.50. And then last but not least, we have the big kahunas. These are my largest washers. They can do up to 60 pounds of laundry in one load, and I charge $7.50. These bad boys make the most money per machine by far. When people come in, they usually have a lot of laundry and go straight for the larger machines. So here's how much all the washers came out to. Now I just gotta make a little room and then on to the dryers. I have 14 double-stacked 30-pound dryers for a total of 28 dryers. The margins on these are a lot lower because of the price of gas, but they serve their purpose. For these guys, I charge 25 cents for 5 minutes. I try my best to price everything fairly, but I still have to make money on the transaction. So here are all the quarters from all the machines. Let's count it up and see how much it came out to. To count the quarters, I weigh them. It comes out to $20 per pound. I had to do it in 2 batches. So that was the first one, and then here's the second one. And then next we have my absolute favorite part of the job, collecting the cash. I have 2 bill acceptors, so there's the first one, and then here's the second one. Looks like we're gonna have a pretty good haul today. Here's all the cash from the past 10 days. Let's count it up and see how much it came out to. As most of you know, my laundromat has 2 sides to it. Self-serve, where people do their own laundry, and wash and fold, where we do it for them. On average, our wash and fold is a lot busier during the summer and slower during the winter. For self-serve, it's the complete opposite. We're slower during the summer and busier during the winter. So now that it's getting colder, we're starting to pick up a lot inside the laundromat for self-serve, which is great because the margins are a lot higher than wash and fold. But wash and fold does bring in a lot more revenue. So here's how much the cash came out to, and then here's how much money my laundromat made in total in the past 10 days. Let me know if you have any questions. I own this laundromat. Let's see how much money it made in the past 10 days. These are my smallest machines. They can do 20 pounds of laundry. I charge $4 and have about 15 of them. Next up is my second smallest. They can do up to 30 pounds. I charge $5 and I have 14 of them. Then we have my bigger machines that can do up to 40 pounds of laundry. I have 2 of them and charge $6. And then last but not least, we have the big kahunas. They can do up to 60 pounds of laundry. I charge $7.50 and people love them. My dryers are all the same. They can do up to 30 pounds of laundry and I have 14 double stacks for a total of 28 dryers. After I'm done with the quarters, I go in for the cash. Here's the first one. And then here's the second one. A little smaller because I had to make change for the register. And that's what 10 days worth of cash looks like. Now let's check out the vending machines. I buy each box for 50 to 60 cents each and sell them for $1.25. This machine is by far my best seller. I order everything online and my manager stocks it, so it's pretty passive. Can't beat it. When I'm done with this one, it's time to check out the pop machine. I buy each can for 50 to 60 cents each and sell them for $1, with the exception of water, which I get for about 20 cents each. Here's the cash, and then down low we have the quarters. The quarters don't look too hot, but the cash is pretty decent because it's been getting warmer lately. And then on to the snack machine. It was pretty empty for a while, so I'm not expecting too much on this one. Here's the cash, which is pretty pitiful. And then we have the quarters. Let's take everything in the office and count it up, starting with the snack machine. Here are the dollars. Came out to 41, and then we have the quarters. I weigh them. It comes out to $20 per pound, minus the bucket. I'll add everything together and show you what it came out to at the end. Here's the cash from the pop machine. This time it came out to $73, which is pretty damn good. And then here are the quarters. And then last but definitely not least, we have the soap machine money. Came out to about $200. And then finally, we have the washers and dryers that came in at around $2,900. Now let's count up all the cash that we got from the change machine and see how much it came out to. My laundromat also accepts debit and credit, so I'll be adding those numbers to the total at the very end. At my laundromat, we also have a wash and fold service where we do people's laundry for them and charge them by the pound. It's a huge part of my business, so I use a software called Curbside Laundries to keep everything organized and track everything. I'll tag them if you want to check them out. So here's how much the cash came out to, and then here's how much money my laundromat made in total in the past 10 days. Let me know if you have any questions.